Ooh, man, I got the sniffles today. What's up, movies of the Indies? Lugnuts.Guapo coming at you from Longhorn Harley-Davidson here in Grand Prairie, Texas. And this motorcycle is interesting to me. This belongs to Nick Wade. He's a technician here at Longhorn Harley-Davidson. And as you can tell, it has an inverted front end. This is an old 1200 Sporty. And he hasn't done any kind of motor work to it. Just, you know, got that nice little intake, nice 2-in-1. Some really cool accessories that we'll get into here in a little bit, but in the meantime, roll that clip. This is just cool. I'm about 6 foot, right at 6 foot, for anyone that's curious. Alrighty, put it into gear. Alright, well, I can already tell you this little slim lapel seat, even though it looks great, not very conducive for someone of my height. There is just something about a Sportster, man. It's sad to see this platform evolve into what it's evolving into. I mean, not that it's, I mean, the new platform is going to be great, I'm sure, but there's just something about this old motorcycle, man. This thing is, I wonder what year this is. The motor feels like it's pre-04. I mean, the way that it's mounted, I might be wrong. I can just see my little 360 vibrate like crazy. So Nick is a fan of mini apes. He has an FXR-P with mini apes. He refuses to get T-bars. I'm sure he has his reasons, or maybe he just wants to be different, which, as you can see, this motorcycle is very different. Not something that you see every day. What stands out a lot about this motorcycle is the front of the bike, which has a late model fat bob headlight and an inverted front end from a BUELL. That's right. I'm not really sure what BUELL. I forgot to ask him. I will ask him when I see him. I just put it right in there, and well, that's what he has. It's an interesting setup, to say the least. And it definitely, I mean, people are gonna love it and people are gonna hate it. I haven't met someone that's kind of like, it's okay. It's kind of an in-between bike that's like you either hate it or love it. And I absolutely love it. I love the look. It sounds great. It's not obnoxious. A lot of Sportsters, once you put a pipe on, they're just so obnoxious. It's annoying, really. This is a carbureted motorcycle, so therefore you can get that nice little potato sound out of it. Come on, let's get cracking, people. I mean, it has the pep of a 1200 Sportster. That part doesn't feel any different. My knees are super bent, mainly because the seat is so slim, and it has mid controls. Now, if you saw in the clip earlier, man, this thing doesn't have mirrors. If you saw in the clip and noticed that this thing has skateboard wheels for pegs or shifter, that is interesting. I've seen it before. I've never ridden one with that had that setup. For the shifter, I think it's kind of short. For the brake, he put a little spacer on there, and I think it's perfect. It has the BMX style pegs, and I mean, for how I am definitely taller than him, so for the height difference. Get it! Yes, I know Sportsters are not fast. This one is just a stock Sportster with a, you know, stage 1, I guess technically. You got that heavy breather and the 2-in-1. And man, this thing is so much fun to ride. Sportsters in general are just fun to ride. You don't buy a Sportster because you want something fast. I mean, you can make them fast. There's kits that will give you 120 horsepower, but you're missing the point when you go buy a Sportster. Let me put it this way. I've seen people buy Sportsters coming off of a sport bike, and it's like, what are you doing? It makes no sense to me, because the sensation, what makes a sport bike is not what you're gonna get out of a Sportster. You're just not gonna get that sensation. For having a 2-in-1, this thing sounds pretty mellow until you open it up. You know, that front suspension just works really well. Obviously there's no big twisties out here, which is a bummer, but this would be a fun one to take out there. This also has he put a set of Fox suspension in the rear, and I keep looking for a mirror. There's nothing there. The Fox suspension works awesome, and I mean, that's to be expected. But that front suspension, man, from that BUELL, I didn't even ask him how he just managed to make it fit the way that it did, but it works. It works really well. I also love the wheels that he chose for this thing. Oh man, this thing just looks cool. It's just different, man. Anything that's different most of the time is cool. Most of the time. There is some dummies out there that put some stuff out there, just kind of scratch your head. I will say not having mirrors is kind of annoying. Ah! Shifted into neutral. Woo! It makes me really happy that exhaust is not obnoxious. Like, it's loud, but it's not like make your ears bleed loud or like make you cringe loud. Man, just when you lean into it, as you go into like a turn or a curve, that thing just wants to go. This is an interesting motorcycle. I don't know what y'all think about it. Let me know in your comments below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and until I see you next time, get on your Harley or on 2 wheels and get some wind therapy. Hasta luego.